everyone. Thank you for joining us for this episode of our podcast. Today, we are diving into a topic that touches every Indian household, studied engineering from ZHCT, AMU, and he has also worked as a lecturer at King Khalid University, Saudi Arabia. Currently, he is working towards his PhD from Yangam University, South Korea. He is also a recipient of Brain Korea 21 scholarship. We also have Mohammad Obaid Qamar Bhai with us. Qamar Bhai did his bachelor's in civil engineering and master's in environmental engineering from Aligarh Muslim University. And after that, he's also worked as an assistant professor of environmental engineering in Galgotia College of Engineering and Tech. Currently, he's also pursuing his PhD from Yangam University, South Korea, which is also a fully funded program. And just a little housekeeping before we get started. A recorded version of this session will also be available at our YouTube channel. And we would also love to hear from you all. If you have any query, type them in the chat box. Uh, and then we will bring them up during the Q&A session, which will be after the presentation. And now, without further ado, we will turn over to the Bhai. Bhai, you can start your presentation.
We both are here and we will talk about the opportunities in Korea.
If it is not visible.
You can see my screen.
My presentation is not visible.
I have shared my. You can see the slide.
No, Bhai, not yet.
I already shared my screen. Possibly you need to allow.
Oh, host controls.
Let me do it again. Not this. So see, I'm gonna share my screen view. Possibly you will get a.
Showing that the presentation is there, but we cannot see the PPT, obviously.
Yeah, now it's come.
Uh,
Now it's
I
visible.
believe now you can see. Wasting any more time, let's start. with this one. Hamid Naseem, and with me, my friend.
Hello, my name is Mohammad Qamar.
So, uh, obviously, all of you guys will be thinking, why South Korea? And in very first slide, this one. So, let me show you some of the pics of South Korea, how beautiful this country is. So, very first, and there are a lot of islands here in South Korea. This island, Yulengu Island, is on southwest side, and is on the north side. And you can see this pictures. Hmm. Is there an issue here showing like
Yes, bhai, you are not
second?
audible. Your voice kept getting discontinued.
Some speed issue with there?
Yes, bhai. If you can join your audio with some other device, that'd be better.
Hmm.
But see, I am on the not means sharing properly. I am on the third page.
Okay.
I think some network issue is there. I believe it should be not from here. Uh,
Yeah, now it's moving.
so this is I'm showing some of the it is on south side, and second one is one of the island here. There are a lot of islands here. It's beautiful anytime, and there's a Yosu Island. The fourth one photo is from the north side. This is the fifth one is the Jeju Island, and the last one actually is the from the window of my lab. You can see the outside of the lab is very beautiful place. But let's go with so South Korea is known again some network issues there, brother. So South Korea has an excellent infrastructure. If you talk about the government bodies, just to give you a reference, the US has 0.926, France is 0.901, and India is a 0.645. So you can imagine and guess it what study means. Post study you can get a lot of opportunities. Kia Hyundai is there. There are a lot of opportunities for electrical engineer basically. And once you complete your study, you can apply for permanent residency from South Korea. It's second strongest passport. With this passport, you can travel more than 200 countries without for international students or for domestic students.
Bhai, there is again problem with the audio. I think Hamid bhai, your device which you are using is, I think using for audio is not getting
Both are
the
same.
internet
What
connectivity.
you will pay, the South Korean will pay same. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't see the slide.
Says, bhai, slide is visible, but there is problem with the audio.
Uh,
Okay. Now you can
Hello.
now you can
It's the
visit.
internet issue or mic issue. Can you tell me?
Sir, bhai, we are having mic issues. Your voice is
Okay,
not
okay. So
audible.
let me change the mic.
Okay. Now the voice is audible.
Ji bhai, it's better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, just we change the mic. Thank you for informing because I believe there should not be any network issue because the South Korea has one of the fastest internet, possibly second in the world. So I was talking about the uh, scholarships and education system of the South Korea. It has an excellent education system. Plenty of scholarships are there, and tuition fees same for means Koreans and non-Koreans. The same for every university. Many courses which are taught in Korean, you can get the majors and core courses which are in English. And being a student, you will get a lot of time to travel Korea, so you can explore the beauty of this South Korea. And there are a lot of universities here, high rank universities. Basically, I can say they're public and private universities. Some of I mentioned here, like Seoul National University is ranked 36th. There is a KAIST, Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. It's ranked 41. We can see in the name, if national word is there, that's the public university. If no national word there, then it's a private private university. And there's a one university that is called University of Science and Technology. It has 32 campus, and all the campuses has some research institutes, means 200, more than 200 research institutes are there for different majors. So for engineering side, you can find, means every campus has many institutes for engineering. For electrical, if I say, like robotics at different institute, for renewable energy at a different institute, so you can do research there by working in the institute, and you will get the degree from the UST. So this is different. It is like equivalent to public university, but you will get a degree of UST, but you work in different institute. And if you get selected in UST, you can check the campuses, whatever. So you'll get some scholarship like $1,100 for master student and $1,600 for PhD. Your health insurance will be covered, and your whole fees will be paid by the university, and you will also get a one-way airfare. And if I talk about the scholarship, uh, I am receiving some scholarship from the lab, and my friend Obaid Qamar is receiving the Korea government scholarship. So he will tell you about more about the scholarship in South Korea.
Okay. Hello everyone. So my name is Mohammad, and I'm living in South Korea as a GK scholar. So I'm going to tell you about some scholarship. So in Korea, there are some government scholarship, company scholarship, and there are some professor funded scholarship like Brain Korea scholarship. Mr. Hamid is also getting the Brain Korea scholarship. Later he will explain. So coming on the scholarship, this scholarship which is funded by government, is Global Korea Scholarship. So it is funded by Korean government. So what are the benefits of this scholarship? I'm going to tell you. So the benefits of this scholarship, I'm going to fares. So they are covering the round trip of airfare and also the monthly allowance. If we talk about the monthly allowance, they are giving 1 million Korean won. So 1 million Korean won is roughly 65,000 Indian rupees. They are also providing the settlement allowance only one time. They are also providing the health insurance, which is fully covered by this scholarship. The next one is if you are interested in Korea, so you must know the Korean language. For this scholarship is also providing language training for 1 year. So if you are coming for PhD, then you have to spend 4 years. 1 year for Korean language and 3 years. If you are coming for masters, then you have to spend here 3 years. 1 year for Korean language and 2 years for masters. So coming on this, like if you want to go to degree course, then you have to complete your Korean language test, and in this you have to got topic level 3. Now the other thing is tuition fees. This scholarship is also covering the full tuition fees, so you don't have to worry about like 50% or something. They are covering the 100% tuition fees. The next one is they are also supporting some research support, like your thesis grant or everything. So they are this scholarship is also supporting this type of thing. The next one is the art AMA scholarship. The AMA scholarship is not basically for engineering student. This scholarship is for arts student. If you are interested in music, K-pop things, all these things, so you can apply for AMA scholarship. If I talk about the benefits of this scholarship, so 8 lakh Korean won. So 8 lakh Korean won is roughly it is equal to 50,000. So if you are interested in apart from engineering, if you are interested in some arts thing, then you can apply for this scholarship. The next scholarship is POSCO scholarship. This POSCO scholarship is for engineering student. So if you are looking for a scholarship other than the GKS scholarship, POSCO scholarship is one of the best scholarship. The next one is the next two scholarship is not so good, but also they are supporting scholarship are graduate studies fellowship program and the Devang Foundation scholarship program. So this is also a fully funded, but their stipend is not so much as compared to Global Korea scholarship and POSCO scholarship. If we talk about the company scholarship, the company scholarship, like you will get the fund from the companies. So you can see the list right on the right side of the PPT. Busan Foundation for International Cooperation, Samsung Scholarship, and Pencil Scholarship, and Hansa Yes Foundation. So if you want to select some other scholarship other than the government scholarship, you can get the company scholarship also in South Korea. The other one is your Brain Korea scholarship. Mr. Hamid is getting the Brain Korea scholarship. He will talk about that scholarship.
Brain Korea scholarship actually, lab received this scholarship. You cannot apply to Brain Korea scholarship. So this is not for individual person. A lab received this scholarship. So this scholarship, you will get like 2.5 million won per month for your monthly expenses. That is equivalent to around $2,200. And you will be also financially supported if you go overseas to present your work in some conference. So airfares and hotel charges, everything it cover. And during the semester starting, you will get some amount also in Brain Korea scholarship. But this is for lab. So basically, you need to discuss with your professor how much amount you will receive monthly. So professor will decide. You will be included in the Brain Korea scholarship from the professor. So like my lab has this scholarship for 7 years. And in my lab, there's a vacancy for PhD student. So if anybody interested, he can contact me and he will also receive this one scholarship. And those guys who will get financial support from professor, you can ask for like I myself, if I talk about myself, I got the financial support for learning Korean language. Professor paid for that one, and my tuition fees was waived by the university on the recommendation of the professor. So three things you can say is fees was waived. I'm receiving monthly stipend, and Korean language learning fees professor has paid. So these you can talk to the professor directly when you will apply before applying to any program. So this is one of the method. If you are not, if you don't get this government scholarship, he will pay monthly, and you should request for the recommendation also. So if professor recommend, your fees will be waived. And for this one, you need to have some language efficiency certificate like TOEFL or IELTS or TOEIC is there, and topic. So I believe TOEFL and IELTS is really expensive, like 17,000 or 18,000 in currency. You can take TOEIC. TOEIC is, I think, cost 5,000 Indian currency only. So you need to check. Like for Yangnam University, my university, you need to have 7 IELTS to get 100% fees waived. Some of the universities has 6.5 criteria, even 6. And but professor need to recommend you. So you need to request, because I have IELTS certificate, please recommend. So professor will recommend once you will be selected. So there are different scholarships also apart from Brain Korea, but that's all labs receive, and there are funding available from the companies also. We do different projects for the company. Like my lab is doing one project for a Hindi company. They are established from there.
If I talk about the best scholarship, like there are so many scholarship, we have scholarship, but these all are not best scholarship. The best scholarship, if I talk about, the first one is Global Korea Scholarship. The second one is US Scholarship, the second one is USA Scholarship, and also the BK Scholarship. So if you are targeting the scholarship, don't go for the graduate studies fellowship program. They are not good scholarship. If I talk about the good scholarship, there are four type of scholarship are good. The first one is Global Korea Scholarship, the POSCO Scholarship, UST Scholarship, and BK21.
Basically, we want to say if you are interested in studying here for masters, so you should first go with UST. This on the slide here. This is University of Science and Technology. Search for this UST, and there are different campuses are there. 32 campuses are there. You can go there and select the institute. You can apply, and first week of March, I think 2nd March, the window is gonna open for application. So if you are selected, you will be automatically entitled to get means if fees will be waived, you will receive $1,100 per month for master, and resettlement allowance, Korean language, lot of, means this is a very good scholarship. So this is the very first thing you should go for if you want to apply for master's program here. Second one, you should go for the government universities. The university which has name like national in there, like Seoul National University, Kyungpook National University, Busan National University. So you go for there. Those universities has good amount of funds, so you can easily get the funding. Last one is the professor. You can go to any private university. You need to talk to the professor. If that professor has some funding, he will provide you. So, but that depend. You will fully depend on professor. So there is one useful link about studyinkorea.go.kr. This is a government website. You can get a ton of information over here about all these scholarship programs, all we mentioned here, and how to settle in Korea. A lot of information you can get. You should visit this one. And if I talk about the cost of living, South Korea is a little bit expensive. You can say if I talk about the most expensive cities in the world, Seoul will stand, I think, 7th there. So, like if we take a single room fully furnished in South Korea, if I talk about the big city like Seoul, the monthly rent would be around 330 to 550, depend on the location. Like if you want to take your room in Center Point or anywhere, Shamshad Market or whatever, you can just like that. So in Seoul, it's very a lot. And that's you can pay. That's not the big issue. The big issue people student face here is the security deposit. It's easily from 2.5k to 4k. So that's is a big amount. But if you like in small cities, like we are here in Gyeongsang, I pay like $1,000. I pay only $1,000. My has two room actually. So, but for single room, I'm a married guy, so I'm here with my family. So I'm having two room. For two room, I'm paying $1,000 as security fees. And Obaid, I think a single room, he might be paying $250 or 300,
250.
$250 for security deposit. So if you are in a small city, security deposit is not the issue, and the housing for monthly rent is also low. There are apartment fees are there. It depends on the apartment. Some apartment charge $80 to $100, and like small cities, mostly no need to pay. They don't ask. It's mainly in big cities. Now, from one health insurance, national health insurance, government health insurance, that would cost you anything $35, and it will increase means every year. Last year I was paying like any of the scholarship health insurance will be covered. If I talk about it will be same throughout the Korea. So in summer it will cost around $15, but in winter you have to use floor heating, so a lot of gas required. So at $40, it is for single room, not for two room. Same for electricity bill. In summer you might be running air conditioner a lot, so that is like $25. In winter, just $10 would be okay. Mobile plans is okay, not very expensive, like $8 to $30. It depends on how much data, how much talk time you need.
If we talk about the transportation, here the transportation is a little bit like costly. So there are so many high-speed trains, basically, and the cost is so high. So if we talk about like $15, $35, they are so fast, but still like the cost is so high. The next one is the clothing. The clothing is not so like expensive here. If there are so many sales here, so if you are going to sales, so there are some student material, so you can get the good clothing in good price. The next one is food. Food is also costly. Like you can guess the cost of the food. Like the price of vegetable is equal to the price of chicken here. So I think the chicken is like cheaper as compared to the vegetable. If you are buying the banana, 1 dozen, you will cost around 400 rupees. And if you are buying the milk, 1 liter milk, 1 liter milk is about one 150 rupees. So you can see the prices of things in Indian rupees. Like so, here food is quite expensive, and living is not so expensive. If because there are dormitory facilities also. Dormitory are little bit cheap. So if you are not preferring to live in one room apartment, then you can prefer the dormitory. So you can reduce the expense in this way.
So some of the students might be thinking about the halal foods or restaurants here. You can choose to go to seafood restaurant. So everything is in, means all seafood. And there are some halal restaurants which are run by Indians or Pakistanis or Nepalis. They ensure the meat they procure is halal. Also, the shops are there in every locality. You can say there are somebody who is providing halal stuff. Like Uzbeki guys are doing this work, and some Pakistani or Indian guys also have some shops. It's not very common, but like in every 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer radius, you can find one or two shops like that. And they do also whole courier delivery. So like if somebody's many of my friends now are working in Seoul, it is 250 kilometers from here, but they still uh, purchase all the stuff from the shop where he used to purchase when he was a student here. So so that's not the halal things is not I think the big issue. You just need to have a phone number and just ask to deliver at home. So uh, this is about food. You can I mentioned the things in for restaurant, a small restaurant, regular or Indian restaurant, how much cost for per person for one meal. So how much you can save if suppose one student is living like we live in AMU. So how much you can save if you are receiving $1,000?
$1,000 is quite okay here, but it's not so much. Like if you are living here, you can save your money. Like if you are getting 1 million, like if you are getting 60,000 per month, then you can save 30,000 here. But if you see, like if you see the roughly 15,000, you can say 15,000 Indian rupees you can save for rent, and for 10,000 you can save for traveling and food.
So if you're receiving like 1 million won, that is a very common scholarship. You can easily get from any professor or government scholarship. 1 million is least you can say. So from there you can save. I think by being living like a student, how we used to live in hostel in Aligarh Muslim University. So you can save like 25,000 to 30,000 Indian currency. But you are allowed to spend whole. It's just matter of individual to individual. So just I'm saying is if you are spending balance, so you can save some amount of money. And after completing your masters, you can get a job easily if you have obtained a degree in electrical or IT. But you need to be good in Korean language because here all the companies prefer person who can speak Korean because the international student or international employees are percentage, if I say like 2% hardly in the company, so very few guys are there, so they prefer everybody to speak in Korean. So if you can speak Korean, then you can get a job easily. And the if I talk about the per capita income, it is like $28,000 is per capita income. So you can easily get 4,000, 5,000, $6,000 salary per month easily after completing your degree. I hope I covered most of the stuff here regarding study and expenses and scholarship things. So I again want to tell that student, my name is there Hamid Naseem, and email ID you can see on the screen. You can see it's Hamid Naseem at ynu.ac.kr. So you can contact me if anybody. You will be fully funded. The fully funded position available. So thank you very much for your time and listening to us. If you have any question, you can ask.
Thank you for that. My name is Saurabh Sawal and I am the ICT coordinator. No, I'm audible. I'm audible, right? Okay, we will go ahead with some questions now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, for now, like, what are the major differences you find in academics in Korea and India as we compare?
Difference in study, you are saying what we study here, or
Academic structure, way of teaching, and way of students, and difference you find majorly.
so see here all the universities has different courses taught in English. Earlier there were few, but now you can find plenty of courses which are taught in English. And these the courses what you will be gonna learn is more closely related to the industry stuffs. So I remember when I joined here, the course in my first semester was taught by one of the stuffs there, and next week I will come with the results. So what I'm saying, whatever you study here, it is very closely to the company problems. So here the gap between the uh, institute and the company is very small. Uh, Anything else?
Like, I would like to propose a vote of appreciation to everyone who helped us, and like to end this session if there is no question from anyone's side.
Any what makes South Korea different from other companies? Okay, see, USA, Germany, like Germany, you need to learn the language. Here, Korea also you need to learn the language. But here, like violent crime is almost zero. Is racism here, and people are really nice. They are the culture. We always discuss about the culture in for Aligarh. I found that student respect more here with their teachers. So the people are very honest. If I throw my wallet on a road, I will definitely got a call from police that your wallet is here, just take it. I lost my credit card, my ATM card twice, and nobody has used it. I forget my card in the shopping supermarket like many times, 3 4 times, and everybody I got it back and nobody has misused it. So it is safe. I've been for 5 years in Saudi Arab, and many of you have some idea about the security in Saudi Arab. So Korea is at some. I feel it is better. My wife can roam in the night at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. because sometime I returned. It means 2 a.m., 3 a.m. No issue. Security, no issues. It's very safe as is compared to USA. Without police, it is safe. In the USA, you need to have a police there. Nobody, no violent crime. And you want to add something?
Yeah, actually, one person asking like see, you are asking about the civil engineering, like which one is good. Uh, like Mr. Naseem already mentioned some college, like the KAIS you can apply in KAI in
Not right.
Seoul. So you can apply in this type of college.
So see, if you are from any branch, civil, mechanical, electrical, anyone, so I would advise you to go in two directions. First one is UST, the University of Science and Technology. It has more than 40 majors. It has more than 200 research institutes. It ranks like second in Korea for degree wise. If I say first is Seoul National University. So first go for UST. You will get very good funding from there. Not dependent on professor. You will get funding from directly from the government. So you need not to be dependent on professor. And the degree value is really high. You can get a job easily in the company if you are getting any degree from UST. So all the majors I mentioned in my slide, like 42 majors are there. So you can choose. If you can't get in UST, then go for national universities. Means XXX national university, like Seoul National University, Busan National University. These are public universities. So ranking is there. There are private universities that are highly ranked there. So, but in public university, funding is not the big issue. You can get a funding easily. Last is private universities. So if you are choosing any private university like Korea University, that is private, so then you need to talk to the professor directly. You need to email the professor. For that one, you need to have transcript, your degrees, two letter of recommendation, and don't forget about the English proficiency. Means I believe nobody know the Korean there, so forget about topic. So take the IELTS or TOEFL. If you are having seven, I think you can get. Means seven is maximum here. Like Yangnam University has seven limit. You need to have seven to get 100% fees. Some have 6.5. So first go to UST, then public universities. Last is private university. For private university, you need to talk to the professor. Just email the professor, discuss the thing, and possibly you can get it.
I want to add, the GKS scholarship is already open. If you want to apply in GKS scholarship, you can apply. Because the application period is from February to March or sometime April also with university track, because GK scholarship has two track, embassy track and the university track. Both track are open. So if you want to apply in GKS scholarship, you can apply. But before applying, I will suggest you to contact the professor. If you have acceptance letter from the professor, then your chances are high. I already did this while applying for GKS scholarship. I already got the acceptance letter from the professor. Then I applied for GKS scholarship. So I got that scholarship. So this scholarship is open and this is a very good scholarship. If you are going through embassy track, then you can select three universities, three choices. So you can give the preference whatever you want. If you not made it to first university, then you can choose the second, third. So you can give the three universities. If you are going with the university track, you have only one choice. Like you have to select only one university. If you are going through embassy track, then the procedure is similar to the Commonwealth scholarship. You have to directly apply through embassy. And if you are going through university track in university. So
One thing here at .go.kr, the government website. All the information you will find here regarding the government scholarship and the company scholarship also. So this is the like one website you go and you will find lot of stuff there regarding scholarship. Okay, so for scholarship in first week of March, second March, May, there will be website.
any question?
You can tell something about how to face interview.
Actually, there are two. If maybe possible, like your professor interview and then you can go with the ambassador. And for the interview, there are some general questions. They will ask you about why you are choosing Korea, why you are choosing GK scholarship. These are general questions. So if you have already prepared this type of question, then your chances are high.
There is one question from Mohammad. Alam, should you know Korean? If yes, how much? You need not like 20 minutes in, but to understand, in grammar, that's for every language. But for reading, it's the easiest one you can find on internet. Like just give 1 hour or 2 hour, you can able to read the Korean and able to write your name in Korean. So knowing Korean is not mandatory. Zero Korean level will give you can get in here. But if you know the Korean, prove your efficiency by taking the topic test. Then if you have like the level 3 or level 4 Korean language, then a lot of doors will open. Obtain that efficiency, proficiency of level 3. Mine is level 1 or level 2. 1. And I think Obaid is level 4.
4.
So he's very good in Korean. Mine is I am here for 3 years, and he is like 1 year something. So
1
he
year.
studied Korean for 1 year. I didn't study Korean. Just I studied Korean. It is a part of my course because I have 4 semester. After 4 semester, you have to take a test. So for test, you need to show that you are little bit fluent in Korean. Little bit you know the Korean. So for that one, university has some exams. So you have to take those exams. That's only include how to read, write, just basic Korean, very basic, like come and go. Still, I'm better than Korean. So, so no need to worry about the Korean language. Once you will be here, you can learn. And there are a lot of programs online, government programs. You can join with free, and you can learn Korean. It's easy. It's not difficult. Any question?
Overall question. So I would like to propose a vote of appreciation. And first and foremost, I would like to extend a hearty vote of thanks to our speakers today, Mr. Hamid Naseem Bhai and Mohammad Ubaid Kumar Bhai, for their presence at today's webinar. Thank you both of you for your informative lecture and providing outstanding presentation. We gain a lot of from your experience and journey. Thank you, sir. And I would like to end this meeting if everyone agrees. Thanks
Okay.
again, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
joining.
much.
Thank you so much for